Taurus, we are going to be doing your reading. So we're going to get right into it and see what's going on, Taurus, for you. Justice card. All right. Maybe you guys are big into Venus right now. All right. All right, let's see. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Okay, let's see. Four of Wands is at the bottom. All right. Okay, so let's see. You guys have the Page of Cups reversed, and this is showing up for your current energy. Is this like deeply wondering about something, or is there something here that you feel like, I already know how that's going to go, or I know if that's a possibility or not. I almost feel like that's what it is. There's something here that you either know damn well if something is like, again, a possibility or not, okay? That kind of stuff. And then for some of you, I'm almost getting this as like, maybe like having like hurt feelings a little bit, or feeling, almost wondering if it's like, oh, maybe I saw that wrong, or I don't know. There's something like that. So let's keep going here. This is a little interesting, Taurus. All right. So, okay, yeah. You know what I got to tell you, Taurus? There might be something here that you're just like, I don't really know how to feel about this. You might be like, I should know how I would feel about this, but like there's something that you're like, I don't know. I don't know. That's what it feels like. It's like there's something up in the air, or you're just like, I don't know exactly how to feel about this. I don't know. Or you're not sure how somebody else is feeling towards you. That could also be it. You have the Seven of Wands in your environment, so it could be that maybe you're feeling like somebody around you is kind of like, I'm not really interested, or I'm like, maybe putting up like very strong boundaries with you, or there's something that maybe somebody is being like a little defensive about something, that kind of stuff. Okay, I do understand that. All right, it does feel a little bit like defensive, or being like, I'm not giving up on this particular thing, or that kind of stuff. And I'm wondering if you might be like, yeah, I don't know what that means. It almost feels like somebody is, like putting up boundaries with you, and it's like you're either, or you here are putting up boundaries with somebody else, and you might be like, this feels strange. And I'll tell you something, that's because it's supposed to. Like, well, I don't know if it's supposed to, but when you start putting up boundaries with people, sometimes they don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes like it's not comfortable. If you're not used to doing that, it's like friggin' weird. It feels like you're being like really kind of mean, actually, that kind of stuff. But it's more so like a self-preservation, or or the idea that you also matter, which is shocking, I know, but we also do matter, Taurus, believe it or not. So, all right. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting, this is so interesting, Taurus. I feel like you guys are really like deep thinkers, or there's something that you're like, you need to figure this out, or you're like, because it's like there's like a mystery, or you're feeling like I don't know how to feel about that, or I don't know how they feel about me, or I don't know, something. So all right, let's see. You guys have the reverse Two of Pentacles, and this is showing up for part of your challenge here. All right, could be that maybe this is, I gotta tell you, if you're feeling the energy of somebody who's maybe like at a distance from you in some sense, it could be that maybe there's just a challenge in like someone's really busy, or someone's trying to like do too many things at once, that kind of stuff. Okay, that could be it. And you might be like, I don't know how this is going to work. Like, seriously, how is this going to work? Or like, what the heck happened? Or what am I looking at here? Like, I don't know. There's something like that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's see. Like, I'm getting this like idea of you guys like walking into something, and it's like a friggin' mess. Like, everything's just like pure chaos, and you're like, what happened? Like, I don't know, something like that. So, all right, let's see. I'm wondering if maybe the challenge here is maybe somebody dropped the ball on something, or I don't know, or the challenge is something evened out in some sense, and that is presenting as a challenge, okay? For your opportunity, you guys have the World card, so there is something about having some sort of achievement here, having some sort of like victory and achievement, having something, maybe a particular cycle closed out, okay, that kind of thing. I do understand that, all right? I also understand possibly integrating something, all right? Integrating something in some sense that maybe you were a little bit unsure of in the past, all right? That kind of stuff. I'm also understanding that you have the opportunity to possibly fix something. I understand. That sounds super sketchy. I meant it like in the sense of like, this thing is broken and now it's fixed. I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh geez, my hair is doing a lot of stuff, guys. Sorry, it doesn't matter. I can see it. That's why. All right. Okay, so okay, there's like a lot of high priestess energy going on here. And I want to say it's been happening for a long time. I don't know, I want to say that. So, all right, let's see what's going on. Taurus. Why do I feel like this is not a Taurus reading? It is a Taurus reading, but I don't know. Let's see. Oh, we have to clarify. Okay. Yeah, a lot of like whys, like why, you know what I'm saying? A lot of questioning, or trying to intuitively figure out something. I'm almost asking why and then like not listening for the answer, or like, I don't know, that kind of stuff. All right, so let's see what's going on. Okay, Taurus. So, all right, you guys have number 28, a firebird is called to soar. I freaking love this card, okay? This always gives me like, you know, that, I'm going to say it wrong. Phoenix rising from the ashes, okay? That kind of stuff. I feel like that, you know, that's, first of all, it's like literally what's depicted on the card there. That kind of stuff, okay? So I actually really like this because I am a weirdo. I tend to like the Ten of Swords, okay? Sometimes the Ten of Swords, I just get, I don't know, I get positive energy off of it. With this, a firebird is, for the love. Okay, a firebird is called to soar. There we go. Okay. With that card and the Ten of Swords, like I like that, okay? Because the Ten of Swords, this is what's coming up in like your past energy here. That to me is like maybe something. Okay, I'm getting either being like, you know what, I've reached the point of like, screw it, I'm just going for this thing, or I'm not going to be like bullied, or I'm not going to be, I'm not, I don't know, something, like I'm not going to stand for this, whatever it is, or there was something here in the past that you're seeing as like possibly a, I was going to say return on investment. I'm trying to, I don't know what that was about. I'm trying to say a, like a blessing in disguise, that kind of stuff, okay? That might have happened in the past, but I do understand about something that right now you're like, I don't know how to feel about this, okay? That kind of stuff. Also, with that being said, this Ten of Swords in the past energy could also be something that maybe was like a backstab, a betrayal, something like that, or something that was like, okay, that's final, that's final, that kind of stuff, okay? Again, it seems like there is this energy of being like, I don't exactly know how to feel about this, or can I revive this thing? Can I revive this thing? Can I get this thing back up and running, okay? I understand that. It's like a reinvention of some sort, okay? It really is. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. So I like it. All right. So in your environment, you guys have that Seven of Swords, and then you have it with the Devil card here. Interesting energy. So for some of you guys, I do understand that whole like, you know, having to like, I almost want to say like reaching like rock bottom in order to go up. I'm not saying like, I don't know. I'm not trying to offend anyone, guys, but like, I don't know. It's a saying. It's a, you know, it's a thing. Okay. But there might be something regarding that. But in any case, I feel like there was maybe an energy of having a particular link or an attachment or something like that with somebody or something here, that kind of stuff. This could also just be a Capricorn person. All right. And I feel like currently in your environment, there is the energy of maybe somebody who's trying to like, again, like I want to say like stake their claim in something, or like be like this, like this is my thing, like I'm attached to it and I'm defending whatever this is. I'm defending this thing, or like you can't come any closer to whatever this is, that kind of stuff, okay? I also weirdly understand this as defending some sort of secret or defending something that links you and other people like strongly together, like I don't know, something like that. It's like defending that in some sort, or I also understand possibly being just like ready, like needing to just be like ready at a moment's notice of something here, all right, that kind of stuff. And that could be you guys being like, I don't know, like when is this happening, or is this happening, or you know, that kind of stuff. So all right, let's see. So okay, so interesting. So Taurus, whenever I was getting your oracle cards out, just like the way that I get oracle cards, just so like all the signs get like the same opportunity. You got this card twice. You got it for your opportunity and your challenge. So I pulled another card, but I thought that was really interesting. So we're definitely going to talk about that. So, okay. for your challenge, you have blessing and burden. Again, this came up for your opportunity and your challenge, but I'm taking it for your challenge because that's where it came out first, okay? So blessing and burden. Sometimes a blessing and a burden, those two things can look really similar, that kind of stuff, okay? I do understand that. Sometimes having, something really great, it can feel like, okay, well, now I'm responsible for this, or now it's like, I wanted this thing so much and I don't want to like ruin it, or I don't want it to get like taken from me, or you know what I'm trying to say? That kind of stuff, okay? There might be something in that. Hopefully nobody is feeling like a burden, okay? Because we are not burdens, we're just people, okay? We all have things going on. All right, so let's see. In the past energy, you guys have the reverse judgment card, and then you have it with this reverse two of pentacles, okay, for this challenge. So I do think that there was maybe something that was either not accounted for in some sense, okay, that kind of stuff, or somebody in the past maybe felt like, never mind, I'm not going to do this anymore. There's something there, like, I don't know, feeling like why did that happen? Or I feel like I don't feel so certain about this anymore. Or like, where the heck are we going? Or like, once I commit, what's the next step? Or you know what I'm saying? Something like that, okay? I do understand something about that, okay? I also understand somebody who maybe, I want to say like was like, oh, I know how to do this, and then maybe like didn't really understand once things got rolling here. I don't know, something like that. But it's like this feeling of like possibly somebody not wanting to speak up. That's what I'm saying, not wanting to speak up because like possibly feeling like, oh my God, I'm being annoying, or something like that. Okay, that kind of stuff. All right, really friggin' interesting. But I do understand something about that, okay? I don't love the whole energy of like the whole like burden thing, okay? Unless this is like a burden where it's like, I'm gonna get the friggin' yield from whatever this is, or I'm gonna see like all the work of like whatever. This is a blessing and a burden, like things that are like worth having. Sometimes it can feel like a burden, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. It's not like sunshine and roses every single day, that kind of stuff, okay? So that could be part of whatever it is. I do understand a distracted energy, or maybe somebody who is needing to get back on course with something, or I want to say like a horse that you got to put the blinders on and be like, nope, this way, we're going this way. I don't know, something like that. All right, so I don't know. That's what I'm picking up for part of this challenge. All right, so you have the Four of Cups here, and you have it with this Justice card. So all right, Four of Cups. I feel like there is something about accepting something, or at the very least being like, you know what, we can figure this out. Okay, Page of Cups reverse. Not for nothing. It feels like there was an opportunity possibly given to you, and you might have been like, yeah, I don't know, I either a missed opportunity. It could be like, you know what, I wasn't listening to my intuition, or whatever the heck it is, or there was some type of missed opportunity, a missed chance of some sort, that kind of stuff. I feel like this is like reclaiming that, okay? Or at the very least being like, if that comes back around, like don't just like, don't not accept it, at least like kind of see what you could put together, or what is still salvageable, I want to say, something like that, okay? You have the Justice card with it, so it's like, yeah, accepting something to see if you can get it up and running, or to see if like your heart is still involved in something, or if you still want to accept a certain thing here, that kind of stuff. I feel like this is like, putting in a little bit of effort, or showing a little bit of interest in something, and then, I feel like the result is getting a result on it, seeing what the heck happened of that kind of stuff. I also understand possibly something evening out, that kind of situation. So you have the reverse Temperance card here, and this is showing up as what to avoid. So, okay, so possibly not overindulging in anything, and I also want to say not tinkering around with something too much, okay? Not if something's like already kind of like put in a particular way, or whatever it is, I understand this as like, you don't need to like move everything around, or like freaking touch everything. I don't know, that's kind of what I'm feeling. It's like, let things kind of chill for a little bit, that kind of stuff. I feel like the energy is like alchemizing for you in some capacity, and I do feel like this is a little bit of like a, now watch what the universe is like putting together, or like, kind of taking like a hands-off approach to something just for a little bit. I know that's interesting, but all right. So let's see. So all right. So over to your opportunity again. You did have this blessing and burden oracle card for like both of your opportunity and your challenge. So all right. So I pulled this card for you guys. It's expectation. All right. Again, this is showing up for your opportunity. You have the World card, and you have it with the Hermit card and the past energy. So this to me feels like releasing expectations, okay? That kind of stuff. Whether they're expectations you put on yourself or expectations because you're possibly comparing yourself to somebody else or other people in general or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff, okay? I really feel like this might even be like, what is it that you are expecting, okay? And being maybe very clear with whatever it is that you are expecting, okay? That kind of stuff. That might be where this Justice card is coming in, is like, making it, again, making everyone kind of aware, like, I expect this, these are my expectations, that kind of stuff. So everyone's on like even playing field, or everyone's aware of something, okay? Especially if there is this energy of like, I don't really know, I'm not sure how to feel about this, or like, was this a missed opportunity, or like, what the heck am I doing? Did I not listen to my intuition? That kind of stuff, okay? That type of situation. All right. Okay. You might be around somebody here that maybe you are not exactly wanting to be around. I don't know what the heck I don't like that. I don't know if I love that. But okay, or you're feeling, I don't know. There's this feeling of you and somebody else being like, I don't know how you feel about me, and the other person's like, yeah, I don't know how you feel about me either. So that kind of stuff, okay? Friggin' weird. It's probably because you're both psychic and you're both reading each other. I swear to God. All right, so let's see. Okay, so yes, you have the Hermit card and the World card showing up for this opportunity. So I feel like in the past energy, there was maybe something about either something with a Virgo person, or there was an energy of having to do something completely by yourself, or feeling like you have to only rely on your intuition, figuring something out, again, by yourself, maybe a hesitation to ask for help in some sense, that kind of stuff, okay? That could be something that maybe has been like trained from way back when. Maybe it's every time you ask for help, you don't get it, or someone maybe ridicules you, mocks you. Why don't you understand that? Well, that kind of stuff, okay? Certainly could be. All right, I feel like your opportunity now is to integrate that and be like, you know what, you're allowed to be seen. You're allowed to kind of like, I want to say integrate with other people, or integrating like different parts of things that like you do want to share and don't want to share, is something that you've like learned or you've had to do by yourself, maybe like over and over again, that kind of stuff, an essence of like sharing that. And I also think that for some of you guys, if there was something here where you have felt like you have maybe been isolated or whatever the heck it is, or feeling maybe even ignored, or that no one's even like listening to you in some sense, that kind of stuff, I feel like this could be the opportunity to just end that cycle. You know what I'm saying? Be like, I'm not gonna kind of think in that way anymore, or something about that. Okay, letting yourself be seen. I really get this strong rebirth energy from your reading. So okay, all right. Taurus. I also feel like I might have called Capricorn Taurus for their entire reading. I hope I didn't. All right, so let's see. So you guys have the Two of Pentacles, and you have it with the Seven of Swords. I feel like Capricorn like got the same thing. I'm using different decks for you guys, so I don't know. But okay, so all right. Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. This is showing up for part of this challenge here. I'm sorry, for part of your opportunity. So yes, there's something about rebalancing something here, or there's something about, okay, spending time doing one thing, spending time doing another thing, that kind of stuff, okay? I'll tell you something else. Maybe it's something here that you've been in charge of like the same thing over and over, to the point that you're like, I'm burnt out from this. I need something different. Like I can do this with my friggin' eyes closed. Like I need something different. Maybe that's what it is here, okay? You might have the opportunity here to kind of like rebalance something, or like or play a different role, play a different role, that kind of stuff, okay? Certainly could be. And it could be that it's like, you know what, now you feel, maybe this is like, I feel like I don't have to like escape this thing anymore. Now this thing works. Like, I feel, again, like I don't have to like find an escape out of here, or I don't know, something like that, okay? That kind of stuff. I do understand that. I even understand tiptoeing around something that might hurt somebody's feelings, but you're doing it in like a way so that doesn't happen, that kind of thing. So, all right, weird. King of Cups is showing up for what to avoid, okay? So here's the thing. There might be something where like maybe neutrality is not what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? This maybe is something where it's like you have to kind of like wear your heart on your sleeves, or kind of let your emotions be like very much known, that kind of stuff. And maybe this is not a situation that like, it's almost like, God, this sounds so friggin' counterintuitive. I swear to God, it almost feels like to try and not feel bad for somebody else if you're getting something good, okay? You guys are probably super, super empathic if that's your line of thinking, being like, God, if they get or if I get something good, that means they're not going to. Or do you know what I'm trying to say? Something like that, okay? I don't know. Something about that, all right? There might also be something here where it's like maybe an avoidance of even going into a situation where you already know it's like, you know, it's going to turn into, it's going to escalate into something. Or I almost want to say motion sickness. Don't know where that's coming from, but I don't know. I'm picking something up about that, okay? That kind of stuff, all right? Okay, so maybe, again, avoid, I almost want to say avoid being like overly compassionate with something, and it might be somebody who you are needing to put boundaries up with. Okay, I know that sounds mean, and I don't know everyone's personal you know, experience, that kind of stuff, but that is what I'm picking up here. So all right, that's what I have for you guys, Taurus. I hope that this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you could check your other placements, and I'll see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.